Hi guys. So I took a poll on Instagram maybe like a week ago asking how useful people thought a video would be on how to balance your income versus your expenditures when you're a small business owner. There's lots of programs out there that can do this for you. But if you're like me and you're kind of just starting out or maybe a little frugal, um, or maybe just really like to play around in Excel or, Google Sheets, then this is the video for you. That's exactly how I am. I am frugal. I am inquisitive when it comes to like spreadsheet type things. So I just decided to look up some videos on YouTube and make my own. So I hope that this video is really helpful for you guys. That you enjoy this kind of content. I know I really enjoyed making it and getting to share something like this with you guys. If you do like it, feel free to give it a thumbs up, or let me know in the comments if this is something you guys would like to see more of. Maybe like cost of goods spreadsheets. That's another one that I really enjoyed making, or other just like small business, like documenting type things. I know it's really overwhelming as a small business owner to kind of know where you need to put your focus as far as like bookkeeping goes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Rocking my Huckleberry Nest shirt today with a cute little back logo and my son's basketball hoop. I actually got this shirt made by a girl locally to like my area of Virginia, but she does have a website and some adorable like Halloween clothes or like shirts, sweaters. Check her out, Crafty Little Mason. Yeah, I'm gonna link her website though. You guys, you need to pick up her stuff. All right. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah. Today I'm going to show you how I like to keep track of my income and my expenses using the Google Sheets option. So I'm going to open Google Chrome, and over here in the top right there's the Google Apps option. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to scroll down to Google Sheets. Basically, Google Sheets is Excel, but it's a Google application. If you don't already have something like income and expenditures or some kind of spreadsheet made, you'll want to create a new one using the blank option. All right, so here you can see I already have mine done for September. I also have one for August, which doesn't have the pretty colors done, July, June, May. We want to open a new one though. And keeping with the naming, I'm going to do October 22. I do find that if I am prepared and have my sheet already drafted, it makes it a little bit easier when the month starts to start adding things in, and I'm not scrambling to create the sheet and keep track. I can just go in every day or whatever frequency and update the sheet accordingly. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a block for income and a block for expenses. The way I like to do that is I just start with a date column, a customer column, a analysis column, and a value column. Above that, I'm going to do income for October. And I'm going to merge this and center it over top of the blocks that I have. And then, this one I'm going to kick over to the right. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to center these. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and put a nice grid line on the outside of everything just to keep it looking organized and neat. So I have my income table. Now I'm going to do an expenses table. Oh my gosh. Similar to the income, except this one is going to say supplier. Again, I'm going to merge this over top and center it, and then make sure everything has grid lines around it. Okay, so now I have my two tables, which is going to make it really easy for when I need to come in here and update things, like I said, every day or every other day. The next thing you're going to want to do is format your date and your value. So for me, this option's already preloaded. You could create a custom date and time, but I kind of just like the way the date, month, and full year look. And then for value, you're going to want to do the same thing. I would recommend that for value, you do it all the way down to the cents. So there's this currency option. This way, when it comes time for taxes or whatever, you really don't have to worry about being off because you calculated things down to the cents. For the purposes of this video, I'm probably not going to get as granular as doing cents, but in my other spreadsheets, in my other worksheets, I do typically count down to the cents. All right, so we're going to add one more column up here, and we're going to do total income, or row, I guess, not column, and total expenses. And let's make those bold and a little bit bigger. All right, so grid lines, obviously. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and create the formula that's going to tally up to these things. So in value, I'm going to grab this, or actually, that's wrong. I'm going to take this and do sum, and then I'm going to grab all of these columns because this will be where my dollar amounts go. Right now, it's $0. Same thing over here, sum. This is going to tally all of my expenses, and again, $0. All right, so you're ready to start populating your sheet. So it is November 1st, let's say, and I get an order. Or actually, it's a farmer's market day because that's this Saturday. So when I do farmer's markets, I take 3 forms of payment: Square sales, Venmo, and cash. All right. This analysis column is going to be really useful if you want to do a chart down the road. I have played around with this in my other worksheets. I'm not going to do it today, but it's really nice if you want to see what's generating the most income. So if like farmers market sales are generating the most income, or if your website is. So I would recommend this if you want to be able to get kind of like a trend analysis down the road. So Square's sales is going to be sales A, Venmo is sales B, and cash is sales C. And if you accept any other forms of payment or have any other like streams of income, then you would want to add that here too. So for me, I also have a Shopify website. So maybe that would be sales D. And then I have one consignment deal right now. So a consignment deal is basically when you have a store that carries your item and you have a deal worked out with them where they collect a piece of the profit and so do you. So we'll do sales E for that. And I typically get paid out for that at the end of the month. So we would say 10/31. And then Shopify sales come kind of whatever frequency they do. So if I got a Shopify sale, I would probably just put that in here. I like by the date manually. I don't get a ton of sales on my website at this moment. So I currently just manually put those in. But if I ever see like an influx or I guess an increased amount of them, I would go ahead and maybe figure out a way to export my Shopify sales and put it in here too. But right now they're just kind of here and there. So I'm just going to do 10/5/22. Okay, so it's farmer's market day, and let's say I make $100 in Square sales. We'll say $50 in Venmo and $50 in cash. So So you can see as I add these, it's populating this total income at the top. And then let's say I get an order on Shopify and someone bought $32 worth of things. Another $32, and then I get paid out for my consignment deal at the end of the month. And so let's say that's $25 that I made from there. All right, so we're at $257 right now. So with all income comes expenses, right? So I like to be pretty detailed about those too. I will say I am not the most diligent at doing them by the date right now, but I at least keep track of where I'm purchasing things from, and we'll sometimes do a little description so I can see like how frequently I'm buying something, and then obviously like where it's coming from, what it is, etc. So, all right, we have our income for the month of October: Square Sales, Venmo, Cash, and Shopify. Also, if you do markets and they run obviously through the full month, then you could do that, like just keep a running tally of that. So let's say on the next Saturday, so 10/8, I do another farmer's market, I would just keep that going. All right, so let's say it is the 3rd and I need citric acid. I order my citric acid from Amazon, so I would put Amazon in there, and then I would say materials most likely with a parentheses of citric acid. Citric acid is $40. That's not including tax and shipping, but it's $40. All right, so I have my first expense notated, and I'm going to think through, let's see. So I have a few other, obviously, like monthly expenses as far as like subscriptions and whatnot go. So I don't know the exact date, but let's say on the 10th is when my Shopify, oops, that's not how you spell Shopify. That's when my Shopify subscription comes out. So I'll say Shopify subscription, and that is $30. I also have a Canva subscription, and I am totally like BSing these dates right now. I don't exactly remember when all this stuff comes out, but you get the point. And that is $13. Now let's, what else would I purchase in a month? Fragrance. Oops, yep. Thank you for fixing that for me, Google. All right, so I get my fragrance from Wholesale Supplies Plus. So I would say materials, and then I would probably do, maybe if I ordered fragrance and some other things, like let's say I had to order kaolin clay and maybe shea butter. Oops. All right, so those things would probably run me about, we'll say $75. All right, so that's all I had to buy in the month. It's not looking too terribly bad right now. You can see that it adds up here at the top, just as I did here on the left with the income. So as long as you grab, like you may need more cells than this, I would just say kind of drag and pull down like that to whatever you like, however much you think you're going to need, and that way you're not constantly going back and like, okay, well now I have to like drag it down a little bit more. It'll just be a lot easier if you don't have to do that constantly. All right, so the moment of truth, right? How much did I make in the month? So similar to these total expense and total income lines at the top, we're going to do a profit. And I'm going to bump that up in size, boldness, and put a little box around it. And I'm also going to change the color. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do highlight. There we go. All right, so what you're going to want to do for this is similar to what you did up here to calculate these, but you're going to want to do basically your income minus your expenses so you can know your profit, your net profit. All right, so we're going to do sum again, and I'm going to do this minus this equals $99. So right now I'm looking like if this was all I made in the month of October and this is all I spent, then I would make roughly $100. And obviously I'm a little bit peculiar, so I'm going to change the colors of my things. That way they look pretty and aesthetically pleasing and kind of fit the colors of my business in general. Just makes me happy to come in here and the colors are a little different than what Google gives you. Right. Okay, so we have our total income, our total expenses, and what we made. Something else I like to do, I mentioned briefly that you might want to do a chart of sorts down the road to see like what's generating you the most income. So what I would do is I would grab these. So Square Sales, Venmo, Cash, Shopify, Consignment, Control A, and then I would just paste that down here. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Control C. So I would just put that down here. That way, if I do make a chart in the future, I can just grab this little legend over here and map it to all of the different things. So obviously I might have like a sales A down here or sales B down here. That way the chart will grab anything with this value in it and tell me exactly how much Square sales are generating, Shopify is generating, and consignment sales are generating, et cetera, et cetera. And if you have any other streams of income, maybe you have I don't know, maybe you sell through Instagram, or maybe you have like you're monetized through YouTube or something like that, and that's just another stream of income for you. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. I know for me it has helped my life be very organized, and I hope it helps you too. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you guys want to see more things like this, please let me know down in the comments. I'm really looking forward to putting out a few more things like this, like centered around like maybe some small business bookkeeping types of things that you need to think about when you start a small business that you don't think about initially. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.